Welcome to another episode of St Vincent Untold Stories. As you remember, we did an episode in the past talking about the prime grant that was given out to Vincentians by the regime to help out persons with businesses and to help some startup businesses as well. Well, now we have members of the regime, and when I say members, I am talking about prominent members, asking where are those businesses, especially from those who was given up to $40,000. Some of them have nothing to show. So, right now, the entire population of St. Vincent and the Grenadines is asking for all the names of the persons who got the prime grant. We need to see that the grant was successful. So, we are going to look at that and many more chilling untold stories. And also, we are going to talk about the road monies as well again, man. Yes, I have new information. Big ups to all of my subscribers. And if you are new to the channel, hit the like button, the subscribe button, and hit the bell icon if you wish to see more videos like this one. A grant was given out to persons in St. Vincent and the Grenadines to help start up businesses and to help businesses that were failing. But at Untold Stories, we are going to hit the hammer right on the nail head. I can bet you if that was alone, some of those names wouldn't have been on that list because they would have to pay back. So they wouldn't have write down their names to get those monies. And all now it would have been in shambles. I told you before about the setup that they have in places like America. You know, you have an idea and you have a product and you bring it in front of some investors. And when you bring the product there, they assess the product and make sure that it could sell on the international market. Then they put out monies to brand the product and make it bigger. So they do an assessment. They sit down at a table and they try to see how much consumers would buy that product. So they brand it, they make it more affordable for everyone. But in the case of the prime grant, that wasn't done. I can bet that if the authorities go around looking for some of those businesses that got prime grant monies, there is absolutely nothing at all to show. Well, it seems like it was better for the regime to walk around the fish market, the meat market, and the vegetable market and just distribute the monies and help people to build up their stalls. Because some of those people have been hustling in those markets for years and they have been struggling. They have been putting in a lot of work, but because of their location at times, they don't get the sales that they want. But here you have some young men and women who haven't worked anywhere, putting down names to get a prime grant from the regime. And because they are boots lickers, are their parents who are full party supporters, they get it first. You think $40,000 is easy money? Some people have to work years before they see $40,000. And you just take it and give it to someone who is saying that they are going to buy pigs to start up a pig pen. They are going to buy a machine to sell certain things. You see, as I told you, if a proper assessment was done, some of those persons would have been afraid to put down their names on that list. Because if the authorities were smart, they would have said, you know what, we are going to come around and check every month to make sure that you said that you are going to do this and that with those monies. It was in the late half that they decided to come and check to see where you are going to start up the business. But that is still not enough. Starting up a business is one. But what about consistency? What about the long term? What about employment? Some persons collected up to $40,000 and not even one person they employed. $40,000 could have employed a lot of persons, but we have youths that are saying that they are geniuses and not creating any ideas. We need accountability. We need to see the list of the persons who got those prime grants. Some of you are going to find excuses saying that the floods came, hurricane came, and the volcano erupted. But some of you got it long before the volcano ever erupted, and what did you do with it? We the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, we want to plan a field trip. We want to go around the nation and see these businesses that were started up with the $40,000 that they got from the Grand Prime. Isn't that a good idea? And if we can't see those businesses, then the Prime Grant was a failure. As some would say, well, untold stories, you are in everything. Keep out of that. But how can I keep out of that when the country is struggling? We are under extreme poverty. We have a high rate of unemployment. We are going through a phase of injustice. Do you know how many things are really going on in St Vincent and the Grenadines? And you just give away $40,000 to persons like that, and they have absolutely nothing to show. And as I said, members of the regime are now looking into it, because some of them also deserve the Prime Grant and they do not get it. You see, some of them are on social media boasting of, calling people lazy, writing up these big speeches about ambition, not telling you that they got the Prime Grant while they are so out of a place. But when that list, and if it emerges, they would be shocked. Let me give my friend some promotion and untold stories. I want to say big up to Julia's Fabric. Julia has been putting in a lot of work over the years, always pushing her products on social media. So I'm asking my friend Julia, did you apply for any of this Prime Grant? Did they give you any? Because you are always pushing your product. And persons like you really deserve it, because I can see that you really care about business. But there are persons who I never see any product from them on any social media platform getting those big monies. You see, if persons like Julia put in an application to get a Prime Grant and they were turned down, then we cannot say that the Prime Grant is absolutely a failure. You see, the regime doesn't like when I bust bubbles, because they often say that it is like I'm bust up tomato. I told the big man to try and pay those road monies on time, but he didn't. Now we have members of the regime letting out some dark secrets about the regime. And that she knows that some monies went missing, and the individual was questioned about it. But she's just waiting to see what happens, and then she would reveal it. With that being said, I just want to big up the entire population in St. Vincent, the regional islands and the international countries who are supporting and praying for us during these difficult times. We thank you, I'm out.